Hi, good evening. My name is Joey Rich and welcome to PBIS News.
I'm Wesley Booth, and here we have a shocking incident from Williamsburg, Kansas. Adam Kerber, a 17-year-old boy, crashed his family's RV pulling a large trailer with 1,800 people in it. He was responsible for 5 dead and 13 injured, and this new driver still had his provisional driver's license.
And for all of you who don't know, a provisional license just puts restrictions on younger drivers between the ages of 15 and a half and 18. It includes not being able to drive between the times of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m., not being able to drive people under a certain age, and in this incident, not being able to drive vehicles a certain size.
This incident happened recently on April 2nd, 2012, and it is debatable whether him driving this large vehicle should even be legal.
Now, it technically was legal because they registered it as a recreational vehicle, but it was the size of a large semi-truck, so people aren't sure whether it even should be legal.
Wow. We now go live to the incident of the crash in Williamsburg, Kansas. Hi, Joey. It's a terrible scene out here in Williamsburg, Kansas. It was a horrible accident where Adam Kerber and 18 others took a dive off a cliff onto a ravine. Here's a short clip of footage from the accident. Hello, I'm now live on the scene at Overland Park Hospital with Adam Kerber, the driver of the Freightliner that crashed into the ravine. So, Adam, how are you feeling after that crash?
Well, I'm just feeling really bad that I crashed my family. I just wanted to help out by driving them, but it ended up that I actually ended up killing some of them. I'm just really shocked by everything that happened.
So, how did you get distracted and fall off the bridge in the first place?
I'm not sure. I just started looking out a window. There were a couple people talking in the background. It was a hard vehicle to drive, and then before I know it, I'm just out of control.
Alright, that makes sense. So why would your parents let you drive anyway? I mean, if you just had your provisional driver's license.
I mean, they were both tired, and it technically was legal. I could do it, so they figured that it was all right, and they just let me.
All right. So, you weren't wearing. The report said that only you and someone else were wearing a seatbelt. Why was that? When you know that one of the requirements of the license is to have a seatbelt.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it was because some of them were sleeping, but I don't know why they wouldn't wear a seatbelt.
How were they sleeping? I mean, it was 9 o'clock in the morning.
We were doing this 24-hour trip where we would be driving all the time and just switch the drivers. So it was my turn at that time.
All right. It's not technically breaking the law, though. Most of your family members, or some of them, your family members, were under 20 years old.
Yeah, well, there were some people over 20 years old, and I mean, the vehicle was considered a recreational vehicle, even though it was the size of a large semi-truck, so it was technically legal.
All right, thank you, Adam. Now, back to the scene with you, Joey, in the studio.
Thank you for that live report. The National Transportation Safety Board will review the details of this crash that killed 5 members of the Kerber family, and the law will be re-examined that allows this 17-year-old to drive a 57,000-pound vehicle like this one.
Kansas Highway Patrol Trooper Don Hughes says that it was unlikely charges should be filed for the case. We wish well for the family in their recovery, and we feel sorry for the losses.
That's all for today's story. After the break, we'll cover why Dora is bad for children. I'm Joey Rich.
And I'm Wesley Booth, and we're signing off from PBIS News.